Hey guys, welcome back. It's Lucid, and we have another turn for you. And this is a pretty big deal for a turn. We have, we had some crazy shit happen. Basically, there was a ton of Mammon stuff that was potentially going to attack us, and we had a significantly smaller army, but we said, all right, fuck it, let's do it. So we'll see how that goes. But first, site searching. Didn't find anything. We got attacked. He's managed to kill a nurse. I don't know what he's doing mind hunting nurses. Who's the guy he mind hunted here? Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess he was in... I don't know which province he was in, but... Anyway, it didn't work. Okay. So, we also got our god back, Hippocrates. So, that's very nice. Unfortunately, he lost Astral. Definitely not what I would have preferred him to lose Fire or Earth or even Death. Astral's a zinger. Glad he didn't lose Air. That's the one that would have been the worst, though. But Astral would have been second worst. So, however, such is life. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. I think we can... Well, we'll get him up to Astral 6. Yeah, I don't know. If it gets to be time for Ring of Wizardry, it could be a bit of a problem. But anyway, Blood Economy's still going. We're actually starting to kind of burn out some of our blood hunting provinces. We've been doing it for a while, and we've been blood hunting them pretty hard. And so some of these are slipping significantly under 4,000 now. Okay. To carry forward... We've got a battle here. Well, let's just watch the important one. This is the important one, I think. It's either this one or the... I think it's Glistening Wood. This is what we're dealing with, guys. Look at this. Look at all of this cancer. Look at all of this free spawn cancer. With a bit of chuds here. And I think there were maybe a few Seir, too. Maybe not. I don't really see them. And then about 30 mages, about 30 thaumaturgs. Not quite. I think there's like 20 thaumaturgs, 25. He's got this guy. He's got, I believe, 6 pans total, each with a fair number of gems. He's got a bunch of Ananqui. This guy has a bunch of death gems. Presumably he's doing Rigor Mortis. And then some of the big boars of Carnutes. So this is everything. He's like super committed. On our side, we have a lot, but significantly less dudes. And significantly less mages. However, we have a Master Brain. We have a fair number of Communion Slaves. And we've got a big fat fucking dream. So let's turn on team colored squares and I'll shut up and let you guys watch. Again, the red is us, and the gray is them. This was the turn 0 Fog Warriors. Okay, and there went 2 Bone Grinding castings. There were supposed to be 3, though. And one of the reasons is one of the guys casting Bone Grinding... in fact, did not. I believe it was this dude. No. This guy. Spellcasting was interrupted. He was supposed to do Bone Grinding. The consequence of this is these guys have... Well, some of these guys haven't been hit. A lot of these guys have been hit, and they have really 1 Bone Grinding left... One bone grinding bit of HP left. However, we've killed a bunch of the Maenads. We've crippled a lot of his dudes or given them chest wounds or something. And, yeah. We've also messed up our troops, too. I mean, these guys are all going to probably be afflicted. Well, actually, somehow they dodged it. Not sure how that happened. I don't think Fog Warriors dodges the damage. Maybe it's an MR check or something. I don't know. It could be an MR check, I think. Because we did get MR off first, so. He's got turn 1 Fog Warriors out because he also brought his God. His God is right here. And he did turn 1 Fog Warriors, and this would have been very helpful against, like, Earthquake, like we were doing. And it's helpful against Bone Grinding, too. So, however, it's coming late. And we have Mass Flight, and he doesn't. And we just did, I believe, 2 Earthquakes. And at this point, we've now killed a lot of his chaff. We also have Unholy Power on our dudes. I think the guy who casts Darkness gets murked, like, almost immediately. There's a big Shadow Blast coming in. I think that Shadow Blast... I don't know who it was. Let's check. Hold it, wait. I could have sworn one of these guys was the guy who cast Darkness. Oh, Solar Brilliance is up. That's what happened. So he's got Solar Brilliance up because I'm using Undead Chaff, but he's not. He's using a bunch of other stuff. He's cast a lot of buffs. We see a lot of Army of Giants going up. That does not stack with larger. And at this point, I'm thinking, fuck, we really needed that one more Bone Grinding. But I think we're ahead in numbers now. I think we have the numbers advantage. Some of the Creeping Dooms are starting to come out here. Now, we have a ton of stuff on our side that's dealing with these Beast Bats. So from an Army HP route perspective, he's actually very close to the Army HP route, and we're not. However, if you look at it just right here, we're not really outnumbering him in the main arena where the fighting has happened. But when you factor in all of this, we have a lot more HP compared to what we started with, compared to what he does. And it is, the Beast Bats are almost dealt with back here. And I believe they've routed now. Yeah. And as they rout, all of their undead are going to start disappearing. It's not a huge portion of their army. And we will chop everything to bits. Now, a lot of the Anonkwi are trying to run away, and we really don't want them to get away. Okay, we chopped that one up. This guy's a little frozen. He's unfrozen, but he's at 200 fatigue. We'll probably get him. And then this is his other hero. We've already killed one of his heroes. This is another one. This is the first one. I think we've killed the first and the second. We haven't killed the third yet, though. Or no, we killed the third last turn. I think we've killed all of them now. Sucks for him, because those are really good. And like that, it is over. However, not much of what was here when the battle started is left. Almost all this is summon stuff on our side. So, The final bloody death toll was enormous. They lost everything, and if we sum it up, I think we're going to do the gold calculation cost for this, because this is an important battle. First, we'll count mages. We have 3 its. We then have a naiads, that's 4. And then, I mean, these guys are slow to recruit, but that's 9 more. So that puts us at 13. And then 23, so that puts us at 60, at 36. That's about 36 mages he lost. On our side, we lost a lot of our plague doctors. They got picked off, I think, a lot of times by the beast bats that were on attack rear. And we had people on bodyguard, but it just wasn't enough. And they were super passed out. So anyway, but they did their job. One of these guys will come back as a white mage. But yeah. We lost a Shaitan. The other thing that's worth mentioning is a lot of these guys had gear. So some of the gear, a lot of the gear we recovered. I think most of this was our gear that we're picking up here, not gear from them. We didn't really see much gear on his mages. Our gear was mostly anti-assassin gear, which turns out we didn't need to worry about. He's not really assassinating us. But we were very worried about it. And then we lost about half of our, or more than half, we lost about 2/3 of our Chirurgeons. And we lost all of our long dead, which was about 600, which is significant. Our long dead don't grow on trees. We care about them. So, yeah, that was pretty bloody. However, from a mage perspective, he lost way more than us. I mean, we lost, like, the fact one of these guys was twice born is kind of a big deal. Because we get him back without upkeep. So really, we lost like 7 mages, and he lost 36. And he lost way more chaff than us. So, and a lot of this was sacred. It's like, yeah. Anyway, it's a big deal. So, we'll watch the rest of these things. Here, this is pretty cool. We're running into Satalis, and they have a kind of cool formation. First of all, we didn't have great scouting of deep into their land. I didn't know there was a fort they could reinforce this position from. I thought there would only be maybe a mage or 2 in... Sorry, my dogs are going crazy. I've restarted this, so... yeah, so he's got a kind of cool thing. He's got a little bit of chaff out in front, but then he's got these guys on guard commander. And it's just basically going to be a mage ball. And these guys are very scary. He's got Iron Warriors, I think, on all of them. And Body Ethereal. And, of course, these guys are badasses. I mean, they're going to... I like this. This is cool. And there are pretty obvious ways to cheese something like this, but, like, Foul Vapors being kind of the obvious one. But very effective here. Even with Iron Warriors up, these guys are lucky too. I mean, good luck. 29 protection and lucky and pretty good defense. They just butchered these guys. It was brutal. Very well played by Satalis here. Anticipated where my army was going to go, brought the right thing. All of our nurses got away though, so that's okay. Here we moved, this is the army that just defended our fort over here, and they moved on top of this adjacent fort. And strangely, they were patrolling with garbage. I don't know if they were thinking we weren't going to attack. Maybe it was just a gym bait, which they accomplished, I guess. But yeah, we didn't lose anything. Killed a great boar of Carnutes, killed some boars, killed some long dead. Feels okay, man. Battle in the Royal Forest. He pings us. This is where he was actually pinging to see if we were patrolling. We didn't. And he didn't have anything in his fort, which we then moved on to. Here we intercepted some raiders. Here we intercepted some raiders. Here, I'll show you the fort that we moved on to. But here, this is him kicking El Shu off of Pinpappy's cap. There's nothing here. So, and then here he attacks, we just have a little bit of PD. And here, we did anticipate where this army was going to move, and we sent a Melkort in. And this Melkort is going to mess these dudes up. He's looking a little fatigued out right now, though. No, he's fine. I was fortunate enough to not get decayed. He'd probably survive it, but he doesn't like it. Look at the last one. Oh, he gets him. All right. So yeah, we cleared out most of the Banes. A bunch of elite warriors. Didn't get any of the knights and didn't get any of the druids, but still pretty good. Still pretty good. Those Banes he got for free from a site. But, you know, still got to get them off the enemy roster one way or another. And then we stormed the fort that we were sieging from Mammon here. And what was once a mighty, proud army, this is the beleaguered remnants of it. This is what was left of that army after we had that big battle. I think I lose a gnome here, too. Yeah, there goes the gnome. Let's actually see which one that was. It was the one in the back. Okay, he just had a dragon hat, and he was diseased. He was at the end of his rope anyway. This one, the one I care about more, because he had the lifelong contract, or lifelong protection, he survives. But I think that was the only real casualty of this. There's nothing in here. And we take it. We lost a gnome, we lost 2 Churgeons, and a couple long dead. We picked up our Thistle Mace. We did not pick up the fire hat he had, which is unfortunate. Where's this? Okay, we've got to patrol out some idiots here. We probably should go ahead and move this guy down here to patrol these guys out. Because we're doing Dom push and we don't want these guys fucking up our Dominion. Now, the unfortunate part about this turn, because normally this is pretty okay. I mean, we lost a party here that was unfortunate. But I thought we were going to kill everything and that was going to be it, but there's a ton more. There's 200 here, 400 here, 200 here. Now, I don't think he has the mage support still. We've been bleeding him dry of mages, but God, there's still a tremendous amount of free spawn. An absolutely tremendous amount. So not very excited about that. We have to decide what we're going to do. We're almost certainly going to storm this fort. We might need to reinforce this with some kinds of mages. I'm not exactly sure what kind those are. And we're going to need to rebuild another army here. And I think it's also time to put the raid pressure on and start taking some of this stuff. So we might magic phase a Shaitan or something, or I'm not exactly sure what, and start taking some of this stuff and really tightening the screws on Mammon. We have options here. This guy, which was designed to gem bait the army here, assuming he would patrol, there's nothing. He didn't even have PD, so we didn't even get a battle. That being said, we have lots of options. He could choose to break out with everything, and we move this army on top and zap him. We could potentially try to set up maybe even 2 traps here and here, which would almost certainly catch this army. So that would be interesting and fun. So that's an option. We could set up traps here. We could... So I think those are things to consider. I don't know. I'm not opposed to waiting to fight these guys, too, until we have Thom 9, which we're not very far away from. Like 5 or 6 turns. So if he wants to stall, time is on our side. Our research hasn't been ramping up very fast, but we have all of our ports cranking out Raktapada, and this is the first turn in a long time we haven't had gear to put on all the Raktapada. I mean, we can get some more guys out blood hunting, but In practice, we actually maybe we could blood hunt this. We might move some gear around and start blood hunting this because we've got to patrol this out anyway. But yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of Rocktopata, which means we can turn back on things like the Amulet of Dead production and start getting our free spawn rates going up. Lots of things. One thing that was annoying is this particular fight here, which we won. This priest had a Berserk amulet, a Lycanthrope amulet, and I have two commanders here. But the one that gets it is my Melkort. And so now he's basically a non-mage, which sucks. There's not really an easy way to get it. I mean, we could kill him and then bring him back as a mummy. But otherwise, there's not really a way to get rid of this. So that's annoying. Yeah. We'll have to figure out what we do. On this front, though, so like I said, we're going to storm this. We need to rebuild this. As I mentioned, we are close to Thumb 8. And that is going to mean Beast Mastery. And guys, there are a lot of piggies. I mean, this is a lot of piggies. I'm thinking what we do is we move this army back, let him storm it, and we consolidate a big army here. Or what if I could move an army inside so he wouldn't be able to see it? That might be better, because if he has one here, I think he'll run. But then if he moves all the boars on top and we don't patrol with much, I'm gonna bring this down to 6. And we bring an army here, we can break out and do Beast Mastery with this dude or something. And just literally steal everybody. That would be amazing, because then we would have a ton of piggies. And I like piggies. So that is an option for us. We have a few Shaitan here who can raid the commander pantry, see what's going on. We also could choose to... I was preparing to go and plunder this commander pantry. I don't know if he's going to patrol or not. I kind of feel like he might. Can these guys... Where can they go? I don't know. This might be a fort. It's a large province. We can actually go back to a turn where I had vision. I have no idea what turn it was. I only had it for like a single turn. I think it was probably like 39 or something. Let's take a look. No, it's after this, so maybe like 42. They're putting up Eyes of God, so it's probably like 44. Nope, they still have it. 45, maybe? Must be 45, because we're getting pretty close to our current turn. I feel like it got taken away from us a while ago. Okay, yeah, we've stolen it now. Stole it. Okay, there is a fort here. There's a fort here and here. This one might be safe. I think we might sneak our Shaitan over here. The only problem, he's not going to move in patrol. It's turn 40. There's probably still a lot of guys inside. So we can hit on top of this, and then maybe... I think we need to hit this too, maybe. I'm not exactly sure how. Or we just put our Shade Mail on one of the Shaitans, and then this guy can sneak out. Need to make sure we have an anti-magic amulet to give him. But... yeah, well, actually, it'll probably go on a bunch of the Shaitans too. So I'm thinking they're going to mind hunt this tile. as they tend to. It would be good to have a stealthy Astral Mage I could move out there too. But, yeah. So anyway, we'll have to figure all of this out, but... I want desperately to raid the pantry and steal some dudes. And I'm not sure the best place. I think this might be it. This one, I think it's too likely he's patrolling here. I mean, the other thing... Well, I'm not sure. I think this probably is the best place. I mean, he moved mages. I think there must be at least still like 10 mages in here, which would be enough for us to steal. The other thing that would be cool is if we could somehow get them onto this fort, which we can't. I'm thinking we do this one. Magic phase of Melkort here. If he moved and patrolled, he would catch... Oh, no. If these guys normal phase move, but it's heat, this is not a mountain pass. He'll be able to move past it. If he retreats back... I don't think he retreats back with those guys, but if he does, he would kill the Melkort. And he's got a bunch of dudes on guard commander. So they're gonna... The knights are gonna be a big problem in assassination battles, and I feel like they might show up. I'm not really sure. We can also just have these guys blood hunt if we're not certain. Because they could blood hunt a whole lot. But I would rather be stealing mages. Anyway, that's something we have to figure out what to do there. But I think the plan, we're going to probably do Beast Mastery Trap here. Move big army inside. And... I think the writing's a bit on the wall for Mammon. We're going to be taking another fort from him this turn. We're going to be putting up a lot of raiding pressure. And I know El Shu's starting to move in. They're making a move for El Shu's capital, wherever that is. They haven't logged in to tell me what happened yet. But I presume we've been sharing with each other kind of the happenings of the war. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But thank you guys for watching. I know this was not a terribly long episode because I don't really have the move orders in, but it was pretty exciting. And unfortunately, the tides of Mammon are almost endless, so we still have a lot more to chew through. And with that, I'll see you next time. Take care.